So I had this crazy Black Desert experience last night and I want to share it with you guys. Long story short, RNG has blessed me, but let's get into the long story. So I think a day or two ago I was streaming, doing my daily quest, and I happened to see that I had a special quest too, which is a weekly quest, and it was for a witch. So of course I grabbed it, and I know recently they buffed the drop rate on the witch's earrings, like they've been dropping like candy. Although I've spent quite some time farming out there with a level 6 node and 5 luck and still haven't had any luck on getting a witch earring that way. But I had some friends who did a witch's scroll, and back to back they both got witch's earrings out of the bundles. So I was like, hell yeah dude, let's do this. And I was like, I'm gonna get some witch's earrings, fucking around on stream, but I'm really praying for it. And I open my bundles, and the second bundle I get a witch's earring. Everybody's like, fuck you. I'm like, hell yeah. So that's just the first sign of RNG blessing me. But then we get to last night. So usually when I end stream and it's around like 12 a.m., I always tell everybody, yeah, I'll be back in an hour, and they're all like, okay, we'll see you tomorrow, dude, because they know that I'm not coming back. Like, I'm full of shit. I say I'll come back all the time because, I really do want to get back on, but I ended up going to sleep at like 2 a.m. So last night, after getting off, about an hour later, I was like, I really need to get back on because I have stuff I want to do with my workers and some other things I want to handle. So I log back on, and about an hour in of playing, me and my boy Dark, we get a scroll group together of the Mogulus because everybody wants that ancient core, we all want the ancient belt necklace. I don't even think the necklace is in the game yet, but regardless, this boss seems to be the only boss that has a chance of dropping something that we really need, Since boss armor isn't in the game, it's kind of like, what's the point of taking a red nose or a bag? So we do these scrolls, and I'm tired as fuck. I really want to go to sleep. But in the middle of it, I get these stomach pains, and I've been getting these for like a couple months now, and it's so bad. I don't know if I have an ulcer or something, but I probably need to go get a scan because it's like unbearable. It feels kind of like a knife is just like cutting outward of my stomach, and I couldn't sleep because of this. So I'm like, fuck dude, I'm gonna stay online. So I'm sitting here tabbing my friend's stream up, and my friend, the person that was streaming, is the artist who does all the Cryy art, all the Savage Souls art. So all this shit that you're seeing right here, all this sexy art is done by her, and you guys should check out her Twitch stream. So she started streaming yesterday, and it was pretty dope. After that, it's getting around 3 a.m. and that the servers were going down at 4 a.m. Eastern time, so it's 3 a.m. Eastern time for me. One of my members is like, yo, Red Nose is up and nobody's here. From a lot of posts that I read on Reddit, it's like, if you get the most damage in, if you're one of the first to do damage, you have a very high chance of getting a Liberto. So I'm thinking, yo, maybe I can do this. But then again, if there's only 2 of us here and there's barely anybody online to help, even if I do a ton of damage, servers will be down. Now earlier when I was playing on the Medaya channel, the mobs were acting really weird. Sometimes they weren't fighting back, sometimes they weren't even aggroing, but then sometimes they just totally be stabbing you and you wouldn't even know. It's because it was like server lag. I showed up to Red Nose and he was acting weird as hell, like as you can see in this clip. And I was like, oh shit, am I gonna be able to just DPS this without getting touched? Like, is he glitched? So eventually he just hits me, and I don't even have a sign of him hitting me. Like, it was out of nowhere. He was like freezing during these attacks, and then he just one-shots me. So I'm like, damn, it's still possible to get killed. It's just me, Nihao, and some random guy, and we're doing this boss. And eventually more people show up, and he starts killing me more and more, and it gets more random and more random. I can be like on the other side, dashing towards him, and he kills me. Eventually it got to a point where I lost almost all of my experience, going from 52 to 53, and that sucks. But if I'm getting a Liberto, it's all worth it. So everything's on the line here. I lost 12-13% for you, Red Nose. I stayed up through these stomach pains for you, Red Nose. Where's my Liberto? And then the server lag causes this to be a much harder version of Red Nose, because it got to a point where every time I even got to him, he just killed me, and it was so annoying because I really wanted to do the most damage, but I felt like all the damage that I'd done in the beginning when it was just me and a few others is now shit. Every time I die, people are out DPSing me, so it kind of sucks. And so it's like 3:59 a.m. and he has like 5%, 3% left. And then I die, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get this kill in, I gotta get back, we gotta kill it before 4 a.m. So I get back at 4 a.m. and he kills me, and I'm so pissed, I'm so salty, because I know the servers are coming down this minute, and I want to know if I get loot. So as I respawn, I see a few people get Liberto bundles, and I'm like, damn, I'm not part of it. I haven't yet got a Liberto bundle from a boss, so I don't know if it just randomly gives it to the people, or you gotta be there to pick up loot. I mean, obviously you need to be there for the loot, I'm a dumbass. But my pets were starving, so they didn't loot for me. So I'm sitting here trying to climb up this rock because it's the quickest way to get there, and it's 4 a.m. so servers are shutting down this minute. I didn't get loot yet. So I finally get up this rock, which is sort of a pain in the ass to get up anyway. And my pets can't loot for me, so I'm sitting there trying to run around, and find my loot. And then I pick it up, and I got a Liberto bundle. And no less than 5 seconds afterwards, the servers went down. Like, my character's stuck and everybody's running in place and shit. If I was like 5 seconds late, I guarantee my loot would have disappeared and would not have been there. That whole hour would have been wasted. All that experience would have been wasted. Fighting this red nose on lag cocaine would have been wasted. I was just like, holy shit, dude, I got a Liberto. It paid off, and I've been wanting a Liberto. I couldn't snipe one off the marketplace. You guys know how hard that is. There's too many bots. This isn't the first time I got a Liberto. It's the second time, but the first time I got one on my Sork, and it was just a Liberto Axe. Like, a Liberto Axe was thrown at me from the Tree Spirit bundle. I think I want to open this bundle on my Maywa because I really enjoy the class. But a lot of you guys may know that this class just isn't the best right now. There's so many discussions and topics about how crap the class is as far as damage. And I did a couple of GVGs yesterday, and I noticed that on probably decent geared players, I was doing maybe 25%, 30% of their health when I was bursting them down. So it could be a good finishing class, But when it came to fighting a geared player, I can pull off, a decapitation, red moon, lunar slash combo, and only get like 10% off. And my AP is at 101, which I don't think is too bad. It's not the best, but wasn't doing shit for damage. So I'm like, maybe everybody's right. And I take this as a challenge. I hope that the Maywa gets buffed, because if they nerf it even more, what's wrong with you, Dom? Please don't do that. It's a very fun class. It just does seem like the damage is not there. So I'm going to try to make it work. Probably going to open this Liberto shortly after I do this video, and maybe I'll just buy another one and get it prepped for the Kuno, because I have a lot of money I've been saving up. But yeah, guys, just thought it was a very interesting story. It wasn't just the fact I got a Liberto, it's the fact that I had like a 5-second gap to grab one, and I got it in that moment, and shortly after servers went down. Like, could you imagine my pain if I never got the loot? I would have been so pissed. But yeah, guys, that's just my experience from yesterday, and hope you guys enjoyed the little story. And I'll see you guys soon with another guide, probably animation canceling or, something interesting. We'll see. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and thank you to all my new subscribers. I want to give a special shout out to Chaotic Soar. You're my biggest supporter, and seriously, it means a lot. Other than that, guys, I will catch you all in the next video. See you soon, friends.